this is Stampy, and welcome to a Minecraft Let's Play video, and another video inside of Stampy's lovely world. Today in this episode, I'm going to be joined by Polly Reindeer, and if she's going to throw snowballs at me, then I'm going to throw a single leg at her. I'm not so good at throwing as she is, so I didn't get very close to her. Anyway, so what we're going to be doing today is, can you see it? Oh, you can't see it. Oh, that's so annoying. I really wanted you to be able to see it. So basically, if you didn't see the last episode, behind the theatre, there's an enormous dome with a little house on top of it. And I was hoping that I'd just see the top of the house poking over the theatre. Sadly, we can't. I probably should have checked that. But oh well, it doesn't matter. We will be going over to it and going inside of it in just one moment to go and begin all of the decorations that are going to be needed on the inside. But first, speaking of things that are going on the inside, I need to go and eat this cake to get it inside my belly. Nom, 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 nom. Oh, no. Very tasty. I always wonder what I do, because I eat it with my hand, basically. I look like there's like a little mouth on the end of my hand. I'm going, nom, nom. Or am I just like scooping it into my mouth? Maybe I shouldn't think so logically about the way you eat cake inside of Minecraft. Anyway, Barnaby, you can stand up. I will be delivering you to all of your doggy pals in the doghouse in just one moment. But first, before I do anything else, I of course need to go downstairs to my love garden, and can I see it from here? I don't know if it's just not tall enough or if it's not loaded in. I think it's just not tall enough. I think I just didn't build it tall enough. But to be fair, building it any bigger than we did would have been pretty crazy, because it's pretty enormous just the size it is anyway. But anyway, to the love garden today, we are going to be adding Julia. And the reason I'm adding Julia is because she made this enormous picture. And you see, she basically had to sellotape or glue like loads and loads of paper together just to be able to fit everything. And there's a whole load of different things she's added. Of course, loads of cakes. There's me as well. So I wanted to say thank you so much for doing that, Julia. And welcome to my love garden. All right then, let's go and drop Barnaby off over at the dog house. We can choose which dog is going to be joining us today. Tell you what, Polly, you can choose which dog is going to be joining us today and keeping us company, while we do all of the decorations. So basically, if you don't know what this big dome is, it's called the Home Dome. And it's basically a showroom, which is going to have a display with a bunch of different bathrooms and kitchens and stuff as well. And then people can come in, basically decide which one they like, and then they can have it in their own homes. And hopefully it's just going to give you some ideas for different ways that you could decorate your own rooms and your own worlds inside of Minecraft. And it looks like Polly has decided that Benton is going to join us. A jolly good choice, if I may say so myself. So Benton, you can stand up and you can join us. And we have a pretty short trip over to the Home Dome where we can begin building. So basically the way the thing is going to be is we're going to be splitting it up with a bunch of dividers that are going to be going across the room. It will give us 4 kitchens and 4 bathrooms that we're going to be able to build, which is quite a lot. And then there's going to be room for a very small office for all of the employees that's going to be kind of bang in the very middle of the area. But yeah, this is the dome, which is here behind the theatre. Of course you're not going to be able to see that. Like, now I look at it now, of course there's no way you'll be able to see it. But I still think it looks rather nice as an unexpected treat that you will be able to see once you get around to the back here. So first things first, let's go and kind of start marking out where these dividers are going to be. Basically, they're going to go all the way down the middle here like this and kind of keep just like crisscrossing. And then that's going to split it up the way that we need it to be. So there's going to be another one going all the way along here, and kind of in these middle areas here, there's going to be the kitchens, and then kind of in like these little corner areas, that's where the bathrooms are going to be, just because the kitchens can be way bigger than the bathrooms. And then the middle area, which you can see we're kind of creating almost accidentally, that's going to be where the tiny little office is, and it is going to be like a really tiny little office, basically because there's not very much room with all of the bathrooms and the kitchens to fit anything larger in, but it will be enough. It will do. So yeah, this is basically how the entire place is split up. It basically looks like we're going to have an enormous game of noughts and crosses or tic-tac-toe. It's kind of Polly, we got to have a massive game of noughts and crosses. So it's called noughts and crosses in England. I know Americans call it tic-tac-toe, so I'm going to call it noughts and crosses because that's what I know. So right then, Polly, you can go first, and she's doing a cross. This is going to be easy for me because I can do like the noughts is just like placing down a single block. So I'm going to go and place mine down there. There we go. And then Polly has to build the enormous cross again. And then I just need to go and, I guess I don't really have much choice. The thing with this game And I know it won't now because I've mentioned it, but it pretty much like always ends in a draw. Like if you can play it well and you like get smart, like there's a way you can like literally never ever lose. But saying that, I think I'm going to end up losing it now because I'm not playing very smart. It's kind of hard to see when you're jumping it around here. And if you don't know what this game is, if there is anyone out here who doesn't know what this game is, basically you just need to get 3 of yours in a line. And I think that's not going to happen. Yep, I think this is going to end up a draw. Fun game though. Fun accidental game. Forget spontaneous belief. We had spontaneous noughts and crosses, but instead of helping, we have just put a whole bunch of dirt all over the area. Anyway, Polly, do you want to go and carry on building up these walls? So these all need to go 5 blocks high. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so these all need to go this high here. And so it's basically going to be like, as you walk around, it's going to be almost like you're walking inside like a bunch of different rooms. I'm not going to bother building up the wall on this back wall here, just because I'm about to kind of start decorating the kitchen on this side here. So don't worry about doing this back wall on the area that I am here, but just do all of the rest of them for now. We can kind of break them away if they're, they're not going to be made of quartz kind of as we go. So right then, let's go and start work on kitchen number 1. So there's nothing like drastic and crazy here. It's just basically a bunch of different ways of doing like different types of ovens or like fridges and just other kind of general decoration. So this is going to be the first one that you see. So I want this one to be a nice one as you walk in, but it's not going to be one of the crazier ones. I kind of, want people when they first enter my showroom to see just a very nice kitchen, just so they can see that this is a place of quality. So the floor, as you can see, is going to be striped with concrete powder. And I always love building, well, I don't always love because it's pretty new to the game for me, but I do love building out of concrete powder. Like it's pretty, I don't know, it's kind of the thing with concrete powder is most people immediately just make it into concrete. But concrete powder itself, I just think looks really, really nice and kind of leaving it with this texture. So that's what's going to be down there. So this is going to be, I guess, a very grey kitchen, a very contemporary, a very grey kitchen. So look at that. I placed down a crafting table. You can see just how close I was to another one. That was kind of embarrassing just outside of the window there. Anyway, let's go and do the counters. So for the counters on this place, I'm going to use stone brick stairs. So rather than using blocks, it's always nice whenever you can just to use like another material or just like not another material but just another shape, like whether it's like half slab block babies or like stairs, just to add a little bit of texture, even if it doesn't really make sense. Like it kind of is it's going to be nice, and it kind of looks like you could maybe like add some seats around the area so you could fit your legs under them, and I think that always looks good. The main focus point of this one is going to be the oven. We're going to have like a huge double furnace oven, which is going to be just like the main thing everyone's going to look at. So like the first thing you do when you enter the what's this place called? The Home Dome. Anytime I forget the name of this place, I can just go outside and go like Home Dome and just immediately remember what it is. So yeah, this is going to be the first thing that everyone notices when they enter here. So I'm going to use the stone brick in the background here for the wall. So of all of the side walls for everything is going to have to stay the quartz, just because I can't like add a really crazy like design on this wall because it will be going to like the other side as well. And so they have to kind of stay neutral, but the back walls I can decorate, which is kind of how a lot of these are, because a lot of them have like the back walls like this, then they kind of have like these dividers that are going to be in between them. So this is kind of a way that we could have a little bit of the best of both. But anyway, let's go and start decorating. So we can go and have ourselves a sink, and I think that probably the best way to do a sink is still using a cauldron, only because you can add water in it. And there are other ways, and we will be using other ways kind of in this video to do other types of sinks, and you can use like hoppers, and there's probably a few other things that you could use. You probably could just use like stairs and stuff as well. But I think the classic, the cauldron, is probably still the way to go. I want to be very careful placing this water in because I do not want to drop it on the floor and turn all of this concrete powder into concrete, because that would change the effect. And then, yeah, this is going to be like the classic kitchen, I guess. So we're going to do our fridge now. And once again, I think the best way to do the fridge is probably still the classic, which is iron blocks. It is a bit annoying because it does take a lot of iron, especially when you go and add an iron door on the front of it as well. But I think this is the most fridge-looking thing that we can really add in. And as I said, I still think it's kind of the classic. And then we can also just add in a plant pot, and then we could just go and put like a flower inside of there. I guess I can just go and pick a flower from out here, just to add an extra bit of decoration. Like if this was a real showroom, this would be like a plastic flower that would have just been left there for for absolutely ages. And then you can kind of start adding in the little details, because this is what really matters. Like when designing like a room like this, like a high detailed room, like it's not the ceiling or the floor and stuff that really matters. It's all of the details. The more like tiny little details that you're able to add in, that's the thing that makes the really big difference, so that when you look at it, it just looks more like a complete room. Because if you go down and look at your real kitchen or your bedroom and stuff, the chances are it's probably not amazingly tidy. Like, the chances are there's, I'm not saying that you live like in a messy house. I'm just saying that there's stuff. People have stuff. And in Minecraft, there's no stuff, really. Like, everything's just kind of perfectly clean, and, like, there's not just stuff lying around, all of your stuff stored inside of your chest. So the more you can make it look like there is stuff, I think the more realistic that it's going to end up looking. And, of course, in Minecraft, not everything is trying to look realistic, but generally you want to kind of make it a place look like it's like being lived in. So that's going to be kind of the style that we're going here. So right then, we have not finished with this oven. So I'm going to do like the big, I don't know the proper name, but like the chimney bit, like above ovens, they have like I think it's like a smoke extractor or something. I don't know what it is. The big thing that takes away all of the smoke from the oven. We're going to have like an absolutely enormous one of them here. As I said, this is going to be like the main centerpiece for the kitchen. Once again, we're going to be keeping in with the grey style, but this time using the cobblestone. And then we can just kind of play around with some like stairs and stuff just to add a bit of texture. And we have light as well. So while I'm doing this, Polly's going around, and she's done like pretty much all of them as well. So she's adding in a bunch of lighting around the place. Of course, if we're going to spend all of this time doing a whole load of decorations, then we want it to all be well lit. There's no point making something look nice if no one can end up seeing it. So yeah, she can go and add all of that in, and then I might kind of even make this poke out a little bit more. Maybe like that. There we go. That looks good. That looks good. So here we go. This is kitchen number 1. I should probably come up with a name with these. This is going to be called the grey kitchen. No, it can't be that. It's got to be called like Moonlight Silver or something. You've got to come up with some sort of fancy name. You can't just call it the grey kitchen, because no one wants to to go and order the grey kitchen. But yep, there we go. Here is the first one completed. So let's move over here now. And let's go and do one of the bathrooms. So let's go and do one of the little corner areas. So this one for the bathrooms, we kind of have to pretty much always keep the quartz, and it's kind of one of the reasons I use the quartz. One, because it's white. It's kind of almost like a bit of a blank canvas that you can put whatever you want on it. Also, a lot of kitchens and bathrooms have tiles, and it just makes like the perfect like tiled block, because that's basically just what it looks like anyway. So pretty much everything's going to fit in, but we will decorate the floor. And what I think one of the best floors is the chiseled quartz. It's going to obviously fit in with the quartz that we have anyway, because it's pretty much the same block. But I think it makes that a really cool tiled effect, and it's kind of the type of things that you might see on the floors in bathrooms in real life. So, and whoa, I probably made way too many half slabs. It's okay. I can always just go and double them up and just make normal blocks out of them as well. So yeah, let's go and do this for the flooring down here. And this is going to be the bathroom which has the big bath in, because a lot of them I'm not going to be able to fit baths in, just because there's not a huge amount of room. So the bathroom ones are more going to be basically just like toilets and either showers or baths is basically all I'm going to be able to fit in these. But I'm going to show like a few different designs for different types of toilets and like different types of baths and stuff. Some ones that you may not have seen before, or just to give you ideas whether you're building your house or want to build a new house or redecorate a house that you already have. So this is a cool type of toilet where what you can do is basically put down some upside down quartz stairs. And then if you put down a banner like this, it kind of... I don't think we needed the demonstration, Polly. I don't think that was necessary. I mean, I know it's kind of a fake toilet and it's not linked up with anything. Hopefully you know that. But I think everyone understood. Okay, well, if you weren't quite sure how to use it, that was an amazing demonstration by Polly. But something else which is really cool is the flower pot down here. This could be like, the toilet brush holder. Like, I think this makes I just broke it, but I think this makes a perfect toilet brush holder. So we can put that down there next to it. Like, as I said, any other little extra decorations you can think to add in is always good to add in. And speaking of that, Polly, by the way, if you can think of any little extra decorations to add into any of these builds, you go for it, because the better it looks, then the better it's going to look. And I trust you, Polly. I trust you. And actually, while you're out there, could you fill up my... Actually, let me make another bucket. Can you fill up my buckets? Because we're going to be doing a lot of bathroom things. Let me go and make another bucket. bucket. Can you go fill up my buckets? There's water, like, if you just keep going that way, pretty much in my lovely world, keep walking in any direction, you're going to find some water, but that would be helpful. But yeah, this is going to be the bath, if you couldn't guess why I need to have the bucket. So I'm going to just make a standard chest, which is just going to be there as if that's got, I don't know, all of the towels and soap in or something, I don't know, but that could be down there. And then I'm going to go and do a couple levers, which I'm going to be using as like the hot and cold tap. I think just works very well there. Another way you could do that is you could use a tripwire hook. Actually, I realized I didn't do a tap for this sink here. Let me make a tripwire hook for that. So I think that's another thing that works really, really well to be a tap like this. It kind of looks like there could be water coming out of that. But I like the levers because you can kind of actually switch them up and down as if you are sort of turning them on and off. And then I'm going to do a shower here as well. And the way I'm going to do this shower is I'm going to use an iron trapdoor, believe it or not, and then also just some iron bars. And of course, you know, it's not going to be the same as using an actual dispenser and actually having water coming out of it, but I think it will look pretty good. I think it will end up looking quite a lot like a shower. So let's go and put down the iron bars. I guess they can just go here, and then the trapdoor underneath that like that. That looks kind of like a shower, doesn't it? That kind of looks like that might have water coming out of it and going down into there. So there we go. This is the next bathroom down here. The pretty simple one with the bath in. And oh, thank you for my buckets. And yeah, feel free to add any more decorations, just so long as they fit in with the style of what I've done before. Right then, let's keep going. Let's go and do let's do another kitchen now. Let's go and do the kitchen down on this side. And this one's going to be a little bit more of a bold kitchen. It's going to be a lot more colorful than the other kitchen I did. This one, I guess, if we can call the last kitchen the gray kitchen, this kitchen is going to be the red kitchen because it's going to be very, very red. So we're going to use a lot of birch wood as well. It's good to just make sure everything matches. Like if you're building your stuff and it just doesn't look good, the chances are is that you're kind of just throwing stuff together and you're not thinking about how it looks with other things. Like you can have something that looks really good by itself, and maybe you build a mock-up version of it in an empty world and you're like, that looks great, but if it doesn't look good with everything else that it's next to, then it's just kind of not going to look good overall. So what I might do is I might go and I might just go and empty out my pocket a little bit. We have a chest outside here, and I have got like just too much stuff on me right now. So let me just go and throw away a bunch of this stuff that I might not need right now. And yeah, there we go. Now I can actually go and make some new things, because the next thing I want to make is some carpet, and I actually need to grab some stuff from inside of this chest. So there we go. Here's everything I need for the red kitchen. Let's go and grab a poppy as well. So right, let's go and make myself some carpet, which we're going to put down on the floor. So once again, rather than using the red wool, we're going to have it so you can still see a little bit of the birch floor and then the carpet as well. And if you are like not having loads of stuff on the floor where the carpet would get in the way, I think it is really good to do it in this way. Once again, just because the carpet pokes up a little bit, and once again, it kind of just makes the place just look a little bit less like flat, I guess, which is kind of one of the things with Minecraft, is things do sometimes look a little bit flat because, you know, when you're building out of blocks, most things, well, they are flat, aren't they? So right then, let's go and place all of this around here. All of the countertops, as you can see, are going to be red, but then we're also going to build out with some grey as well. But this time, I don't want to use the grey concrete powder. I just want to use it as grey concrete, but I do have the grey concrete powder here. So if I just go and build all the way up here like this, I can just go and place down the concrete powder, not the concrete powder, the water, and then I'll gradually change all of this, and then I can go and dig my way down. So this is a method I came up with when I was doing the negative challenge, just to really quickly make concrete. And this has just become the way that I make concrete from concrete powder now. Like, I think it's just like probably not the most efficient way, but like one of the easiest ways just to do it really, really quickly. I did kind of make a mess and just break away a bunch of my torches on the path, but oh well, I can go and place them down a little bit later on. So yeah, all of like the appliances and stuff are going to be the dark grey here, rather than kind of using the white ones that I did in the other place. So let's go and yeah, let's just go and start adding some things. So I think we should go and probably place down the oven. Actually, let's do the back wall first, because as I said, the other theme of this place is going to be all of the birch, which is going to be all over the place. So let's go and add in the birch. So we've got the planks that are on the floor. We're going to do logs, which are going to be on this back wall here. And I'm going to do the logs like not the normal way round. So normally you'd go and kind of do them all up. I'm going to do them diagonal, because it kind of makes a slightly different pattern compared to how people normally do it. And I think the reason most people do them like going upright is because it's just a little little bit easier to build them that way. It's a little bit more awkward as I am demonstrating perfectly here, kind of doing them in horizontal rows like this. But the pattern kind of actually ends up almost looking a little bit more vertical when you're building them this way. So yeah, you can do it whichever way you want, but I think this way looks really good. And then I think the white from the birch and then the birch logs matches really well with the red and then the dark gray as well. So let me try and jump up and place my way along here. As I said, it is a little bit more awkward, but it's definitely doable and does make it end up looking a little bit different. So yeah, let's build this all the way to here. It doesn't really matter that I missed the blocks down at the bottom, just because you're not going to be able to see them because they're going to be covered up by the oven and everything. So the oven, I'm going to do it in a different style this way. I'm going to do these blocks here. So it's not going to be an actual working oven because we're not going to be using a furnace. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some glass panes and I'm going to place them in the item frames along the front there. And it's going to kind of give the effect of it being like an oven door with the glass on it. Doesn't that look pretty good? And then I could add some, let's add some like pressure plates on the top of that. So there's kind of two good ways to do like the hob of the oven. I think it's either pressure plates or even using power rails can end up looking pretty cooler as well. I'm going to use the pressure plates for this one because I think it's going to fit well. And we're going to be a little bit more subtle for the chimney bit going out the top here. This one's just going to be the dark gray going up here in the background. And then we can just add in some stone stairs in as well. But once again, this should hopefully be fitting in with the style that we have in the rest of the kitchen. But let me just go and throw down a couple of these stairs down there like that. So there we go. That's the way that one's going to be. And then everything else is just going to match it. So once again, when we go to do the fridge, we're going to use the dark gray concrete instead. And then I'm going to use a birch door to be the front of it, as if it's kind of like some weird fancy, I don't know, different type of stylish fridge rather than the normal white one that everyone else normally has. And be careful with that water, Polly. I saw you breaking away the block. I think she's making it like less blocky, the fridge. It looks good though. Looks good, that room. All right, then let's go and add in, well, we need to add in our sink as well, which I guess we can add in. Let's just put that down here right next to where this is. Do I have enough iron to make a cauldron? I think I'm going to skip the fridge from here because I am running out of iron, and I do want to add some sinks down on this side because what I'm going to actually add here is a microwave. And the way that you do microwaves is a little bit weird inside of Minecraft. So I'm going to do the same kind of style that I did down there with the glass placed on the front here like this. And then I'm going to go and make a bunch of iron trapdoors. And I don't know if you got any spare iron on you, by the way, Polly, because I'm starting to run out. I didn't realize quite how much. I think I wasted it all making those iron blocks on the fridge is kind of where I messed up. But yeah, I'm going to go and do a bunch of these trapdoors. But the thing is with these is you need to make sure that the... Polly's just having a bath. You need to make sure that they do get flapped up. So what I'm going to do is on the other side, the kitchen that I build around the other side here, we're going to do like 2 sinks here, and they're basically going to be flapped down. And oh, thank you, Polly. They're going to be flapped down, which is basically going to be as taps on this side, but it's going to make the microwave work on the other side of the wall. So you have to be very careful if you do build like the exact same design that I'm building here. Make sure that these two things do kind of match up perfectly. So from one side to the other. So let's just go and make the levers now, and then just place them down, and then I can kind of base the rest of the sinks around there as well. Once again, though, I think I'm going to go and empty my pockets because I have just so much random stuff. Like normally when I'm building, like I'm just building out of loads of like one material and just building like one just giant massive thing. But at the moment, I'm just building out of all of these kind of weird one-off items, which is which is just making my pockets get absolutely filled full of everything. So right then, let's go and make myself the levers. Let's go and make myself the cauldrons as well, which are going to be as the sinks like this. And let's just go and throw down at least that part of the bathroom because then that way it's going to make the microwave actually look like a microwave. So imagine that there's a sink there and a sink there. I think I've lined this up right. So if I pull this down and this down, then there we go. This looks like a microwave, doesn't it? I think that looks really cool. So that could be down there like that. And then I think this place is looking really cool. I think I can say that the red kitchen is pretty much done. Of course, you can always go back and add in other decorations, add flowers and stuff in there as well. But overall, I think that's looking pretty snazzy. So let's go and see if we can go and finish off this final bathroom. So this one's going to have much more traditional floor. It's going to be black and white tiled floor. Like when I think of like the classic bathroom, that's kind of what I think of. But it's also kind of quite fancy as well. And this one's going to be quite a fancy one as well because these are like kind of like the him and her like sinks. You know, like you sometimes go to like a hotel or something, they have like 2 sinks. So like everyone can have a sink each because people are too impatient to wait for one person to finish with a sink before they could use it. So that's going to be kind of why we have these. But to be honest, the main reason is just so I could do the microwave and have a reason to have 2 levers on the other side of the door. So let's go and have that down there like that. And then this one, we're going to use a bunch of the acacia wood. You might have seen in my inventory, I had a bunch of this. And this is just a very different color wood. And I think it looks pretty fancy. And what I want to do as well is I want to do like a bonsai tree, like the little tiny trees that you can see in tree pots. Like the great thing about planting saplings in the flower pots is they kind of just do look like tiny versions of like the same trees that they end up growing into. So I'm gonna go and place down this jungle tree sapling inside of this one here, and then we can go and try and do a different style of toilet here. So for this toilet, basically we're gonna be just using stairs to try and make the toilet shape. I think I did have some leftover stairs I threw inside of here. There we go. I have the exact perfect amount that I need to be able to do this. I'm getting so hungry from just sprinting back and forth to that chest over and over again. It's annoying though, because I'm really hungry and we got all of these kitchens, but they're all fake kitchens. None of them are real kitchens that I can cook anything with, so it's rather annoying. Anyway, let's go and try and do this. So I want that stair to be that way, and then this one to be kind of around the other way. I kind of need to peek around the corner. Nope, did it wrong. I might just like break away this wall for now and just kind of do it like this and then place the wall back down, because that kind of makes like a little bit of a toilet shape. And then we can kind of just put whatever block we want on top. Like you could, if you want to put an iron block there. I'm trying to save my iron for now, so I think this is going to look fine. And then of course to add down the toilet seat, I need to go and make, oops, sorry Polly, he ran right in front of her. That would have been dangerous. Yeah, I'm just gonna go and add down a wooden trapdoor. We don't need another demonstration for how the toilet seat is going to work though, Polly. I think everyone knows. Basically it goes up and down there like that, and then we can actually add like a button on the side here as if you're pressing that to make it flush. And then, yeah, just any other decorations that you want to add in. I think I might add like some little shelves in, maybe. If I go and make some acacia block babies, I can go and put some chests on top of them as if there's storing some things. And then once again, just any other little random decorations that you can think of. For example, I might add some like ladders in, just because I think that they might end up just looking quite cool. So let's just go and add in a few decorations above the sink here, as if these are like, I don't know, where you're storing all of your toothbrushes in and stuff. You could actually do flower pots again, as if like they're like toothpaste pots. That could be quite good, like little toothpaste holders. I think could look quite cool. I realize I got to do this a bit higher up, just because otherwise the chest would look like they're floating. So I can place them down like that, and then just put a ladder in between. Like this ladder isn't to actually climb up to the chest. I guess you could use it like that, but it's just as another little extra decoration. So this is just another different style bathroom that you could do. And then I got some water here. I can go and fill up the sinks with these. I know it's a bit weird that we just leave the water in, because normally in a sink you wouldn't just have like it filled up with water all of the time, but I think it just makes it look a little bit more realistic. So yeah, let's go through all of the different ones that we built. There's this one here. There's the red kitchen that Polly's been adding a bunch of little extra details on. There's this one down here where Polly's adding an extra shelf in, and oh, she's doing the toothpaste holder. Or trying to, at least. You need to do the block babies one block higher, Polly, because otherwise it won't let you place them down, because they're on like the bottom half of the block. You can see she's also added like a little like carpet down there as like a toilet mat as well. And this is of course the first one, and oh, I like this. Very fancy detail on the side there. So of course we are not done. There are still a whole load more empty ones around the outside here, and my office in the middle. But sadly we have run out of time here, so that is going to be all of the ones that we're going to get built today. But don't worry, we will be finishing off the home dome in the next episode, and hopefully getting everything done, and yeah, ready for our first customers to come in. And oh nope, looks like our first customer was a creeper. Not good, not good. It just jumped down from the top of the theater. They don't normally jump down from that far, but let's go and quickly deal with the googlies before we end the episode. But that is going to be the end of this episode here. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I want to say a very big thank you to Polly for joining me, and for Benton for keeping me company as well, and of course to you for watching. But for now, I will see you all later. Bye!